expenditure by people who are presumed innocent to get the video evidence that could very well show that they're innocent. So the case is still dragging. Arguably, if people don't pay to get their discovery, then there was no proper discovery, and the cases will have to be dismissed. Is perhaps something that's on the mind.
But we don't want the cases dismissed. We want people to be able to fight for the fact that they were brutalized by police, right?
Well, you could get discovery materials are different than normal evidence, except all this evidence is public record anyway. It's all police video that can be gotten under Freedom of Information law. So these video resources, there's no reason for the people or anyone to have to pay for them.
Okay, so we're still in court over this. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, the judge said, there's a couple other people who have court dates. So I talked to people who have July 9th, July 25th, and July 6th, I think, is the big docket the next time it comes around. It's really just a sad way to murder trees. The docket today was 28 pages because they only print 3 cases to a page. So it's interesting expenditure of the resources of this county.
I gotta know if my friends are going to have evidence available that from the police, uncut, of the police beating them up.
The procedure now to get evidence is you can go to the district attorney's office and just sit through the video evidence that they've compiled. We don't know how well it's broken down by source. And if somewhere in there you see something that's to your benefit, supposedly you could pay for a single disc instead of paying for a bunch of discs that cover the whole thing. You can just pay $31 for the disc that covers your material, but it's a bizarre.
I'm okay with getting this done. I just want that evidence uncut.
Well,
I mean, I'm sorry that people are having to pay, and that may be discriminatory and that may be unjust and so forth, but the point is that I've been afraid that it would be covered up.
Well, that's the thing, is you don't know it's there until you don't know it's on the state's videos until you go and you sit through and you view it.
But previously they've been unresponsive. They haven't responded to the lawyers who have asked for this. So now.
Yeah, well, they still had a bunch of lawyer runaround in court today. One of the team had said that his law firm, and I can't remember I want to say Tony Pritchard, anyway, that his firm would receive the video en masse, the whole many hours of video, and make it available. But Judge Albrecht was reluctant to direct the district attorney to make all the video available to the defense attorneys. For some reason, she wants it handled on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, really. So the attorney would be willing to pay the $31, get all the footage possible.
I think the idea was that there'd be an agreement between Mr. Lowney, the prosecuting attorney or persecuting attorney, whatever they call him, and the defense team, and it wouldn't necessarily be a particular charge. There'd be one particular fee that the defense attorneys would pay for the technical cost, but it would probably be a lot less, much more reasonable expenditure than charging all these different defendants.
But it also would make sure that people are not run around and that evidence is not being lost. Hopefully the attorney would be on top of this.
Yeah, also it's interesting to think about what the Occupier and other places could do to get this material, because it's not really privileged product. It's property of, the video is public property. It's Portland police property. So
the Portland Occupier could potentially, the web team could get this video?
I think any publication or person that the court accepted had a press interest or public interest in this material should be able to get the material.
Nice. This is fantastic. Okay, so now we have. Did I do an interview with you? Do you remember?
I've never been interviewed on
Okay, well,
Vigil TV.
Let's call this interview with Charles. Breaking news interview with Charles.
Today's news on the OccuDocket.
Exactly. Thank you. And I want to also thank you for having my back when we went to GA and you passed your hat around, and you have seen me distribute some things today that came from that and this last GA.
Mary, you've continued to be provide critical services to those of us who are staying outside in this environment.
Occupy. Yes. You're doing the work, man. You're the activist. I'm glad and honored to be part of the support network.
And
so
also
right
to
on.
bring you up to date, the GA is going to be held on Mondays now at Terry Shrunk, and the agenda setting is going to be held before. This
At
was when Tommy
6:30.
facilitated.
Yeah.
We'll see if there's maybe a few stuff.
Holler to Tommy, T-Boy Punk, who had his first GA, and it reminded me of the GAs at Terry Shrunk in the sense that it was a hard audience.
Nostalgia going all the way back to November.
Yes. It was like, oh, this is what GAs are supposed to be, where we just fry the facilitator. No, but it was, for the most part, it was just difficult. I wouldn't say that I mean, one person walked out, tequila gave him hell, but then did a hug in the end. So it really did remind me of the nostalgia of the things. One of the points brought up about having the GA out there was that people were able to see us in Directors Park, but that was on a weekend. And Directors Park won't have the walkers, whereas here we'd have to have signs because you can't see. Yeah, there's cups. No, that's the dishes left by the spaghetti person. The cups were underneath, inside, just laying loose inside. Do you see them? They're styrofoam in the hole. Okay, well, I have some.
Shout out to
We need
Hayes,
signs.
whose concerns about the short notice change of the GA date were echoed by other people afterwards. But we're great improvisers here, so we know that.
Well, the thing is that we can change it again, and we've been talking about this for a couple weeks. So I don't know. You know, more people should go to GA. We only had 20 people or 30 people, whatever, and that's like a big turnout. So